or should I say, the people in metal itself, or the people that are part of metal, like you, me, and everybody else out there. Because without the voices of metal, it can't be metal, right? Oh man, I got a major glare on my glasses because I toned down the lights to make it a little more dramatic, because kind of a candlelit type thing, because we're talking about horror based metal, which is kind of an interesting topic. I know it's not quite Halloween yet, but I thought, why not? It sounded kind of cool. Um, I thought, why not try something a little different? So it's metal based on true events, or horror type based events, things that have happened throughout history. But I'm not sure how accurate this is, so if I'm wrong, I apologize ahead of time just to make sure. But these are some songs that might relate kind of close to that a little bit. So without further ado, oh, but before I do, I found out, and if you haven't been watching, that Carla has put out her message about when she's going to be uh, doing her new single, April 11th. So check it out. Um, she's posted on her the Violent Hour Band and her actual social media page. Um, and also, there's a very special guest, so you have to check it out and find out for yourself. I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not gonna tell you the name of the song. I'm just gonna tell you, go check it out. So that way you'll be curious as some people might be to find out a little more about it. Um, quite a few other songs out there too. Whitechapel, I believe, has had a new album out. Yes, they do. It's really good, really awesome. A friend of mine told me about it because I didn't see it right away. So he informed me, oh, by the way, did you check out the Whitechapel? I was like, no, I haven't. So yeah, it's really good. It's definitely really heavy. If you like really heavy music, there you go. Without further ado, now I will go on to the list, so to speak. Number 20 is Ghost, and the song is called Elizabeth, about the infamous Blood Countess, Elizabeth Bathory, who allegedly bathed in the blood of virgins. It doesn't say that, but I know what it was because that's what I heard. Yeah. Anyway, now I got a message up here. Sorry about that. Thanks for the like. I appreciate. Hey, how's it going? Do you want to be my friend? Yeah, I could be your friend. Naughty? Is that I think that's how you say that, naughty. Notti. I'm good at pronouncing things. You should be able to tell that by now. I suck really massively, but that's okay. That's okay. What's my name? My name's Chris. I should have introduced myself at the very beginning, or Christopher, whichever you prefer. Yeah. All right. A big pan of brownies. You got a big pan of brownies. Are you a brownie fanatic, Calvin? There you go. Right. Well, actually, I've got quite a few likes so far, like three on this video. I got 22 people watching right now, and we lost one person subscribed. So I'm hoping that I'll gain like 10 others after this. Yeah, I gained lost one person. It was 282, then went down to 281. I'm not sure why, but that's okay. If they want to leave, that's okay. It's not that big a deal, but it's free, so why not, right? Plus, it helps the channel out, and I'm getting up there, right? Oh no, I try not to do that. Love them with milk on the brownies. Okay, let's see here. What's the next one? Napalm Death is number 18. You Suffer, a micro song reflecting on sheer brutality of existence. Will you do song reactions? I was kind of wondering about that. I'm not sure how. See, that's the thing. I'm trying not to put any actual music on here because of the fact of copyright infringement and all this other stuff. But talking about songs that you might enjoy, or you can check out for yourself. I figured that would be, a way of sharing that without getting in trouble. You know what I mean? I would love to do that. Unless I get a license or something. I think there is a way of doing it, but I'm not sure how to do it yet. So hopefully, maybe. But I'm going to be talking about real artists here, hopefully. If I get enough people, I want to interview people. And I want those people to tell me about themselves. Right? So that way you learn more about them, not just the music. Because the music is important. I love the music. But hearing people talk about themselves, meet and greet stuff is phenomenal. I always have like that. It's so awesome. Especially like I got to talk to Raven Black from Raven, yeah, Raven from Raven Black, and she's phenomenal. She's awesome. She's really awesome. Anyway, let's see here. Number 17 is Behemoth. Fire and the Void explores religious exorcism and real world consequences. Ooh. Gojira's Flying Whales. Oh, a song inspired by environmental destruction and real life conservation efforts. I have seen heard the song, and Flying Whales is phenomenal. If you haven't heard it from Gojira, check it out. Phenomenal song. A lot of Gojira stuff's really good. Number 15 is Black Sabbath's. It's a warning about nuclear war and devastation and the devastating consequences. Which right now things are getting kind of heated, or at least they were for a while. I think it sounds like maybe something happened to where things have mellowed out a little bit. I hope. We'll see what happens. Um, cross your fingers, because we all don't want that. Um, Number 14 is Iced Earth Gettysburg, 1863. Sorry. A powerful retelling of the bloodless battle in U.S. history. Yep, that makes sense. And that was from Iced Earth. I don't think I've ever heard of them. I'm going to have to check that out. Number 13 is Pantera by demons be driven. A lyric tied to cults and the dark influence on people, which is kind of rather interesting. Hello, everybody. Look, we got 21 people. That's cool. Let's see here. Number 13 is Pantera's Demons Be Driven. Oh, I already said that one. Sepultura Manifest is a detailed horrific 1992. Um, I can't pronounce the name. Something per prison in Brazil, apparently. So I think I know what the song is because I think I've heard it before. It's kind of like propaganda that they have too. It's something along the same lines. Number 11 is Machine Head, Ants of Hate, I think. A response to an article mocking the late Dimebag Daryl. Ooh, this might be interesting. I might have to check that one out because I like Dimebag. He's really awesome. It's kind of interesting. They're kind of close to each other on the list. Number 10 is X's Blacklist, inspired by a trail of real life revenge story, which makes sense. Death. Number 9, Spirit Crusher explores the horrors of psychological abuse and manipulation. Interesting. Um, the Spirit Crusher. Uh, Number 8 is Crater, and Crater does good stuff, and so does Death. Riot of Violence depicts a real world riots and brutality of mob mentality. Interesting. Testaments number 7, Trail of Tears, tells the tragic story of the forced relocation of Native Americans. I did not know about that song. I definitely got to check that. I like Testament. I like their stuff. They're really good stuff. So check them out, guys. Phenomenal group. Number 6 is Judas Priest, which we always definitely got to like Judas Priest. The Ripper. Ooh, that sounds cool. Which reminds me, they actually found out who the Ripper really was. I forgot what show I saw it on. I think it was on Discovery Channel. So, yeah, I'm not. I think it was on Expedition X or Expedition Unknown. So check that out because they actually have they figured out who it was. He was a, I think he was a butcher, or no, or is it something else? Something that you wouldn't think would relate to it was. I think is what it was. I don't remember exactly, but he basically wasn't caught, but he was caught. He caught himself, so to speak. He admitted himself into a mental institution, and they still didn't know that he was a Ripper until recently, which is kind of interesting story. This it's a chilling song about the perspective of Jack the Ripper. I thought that was rather interesting, and if you like, like horror kind of things and kind of old stories and things like that, check out that the historical things. And actually, the lady that helped solve the mystery was exactly an ancestor of I think, what is it, Moriarty? Not Moriarty. It's a person that investigated the actual murders themselves back when Jack the Ripper was around. So she was a descendant of his, which is rather interesting. And that's before they had forensics and all this other stuff. So it's kind of an interesting concept, or story about it. Number five is Cannibal Corpse, Hammer Smash Face, a brutal take on real life homicides and violent impulses. Number four is one inspired by Johnny Got His Gun, about a soldier left deaf, blind, and mute for the war. Oh, that's what that's about. See, I did not, I've heard that song for years and did not know that. So that's something totally new to me. I had no clue on that one. Number three is Megadeth's 44 minutes. It's about the infamous North Hollywood shootout between police and the heavily armed robbers. Oh, cool. Interesting. I don't think I've ever heard about this. It's on 44 minutes. So I wonder if it's a 44-minute shootout, maybe? I would assume that's probably why they call it 44 minutes. Which I don't think I've heard. That one I haven't heard. I've heard a lot of Megadeth songs, so I'm going to have to check that one out too. See, like I said, you never know what you're going to learn when you actually come on the channel. And even I'm learning because I didn't know either. Number two is Iron Maiden the Klansman, a story tells the story of a Scottish rebel, sorry, William Wallace fighting for freedom, which is kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of the Trooper from Iron Man. I have a feeling it has something to do with the story about somebody as well, that was in a battle or something like that, I would say, or rebel. Number one is Slayer, Skin, Dead Skin Mask, inspired by a serial killer, Eden Gein. I think I definitely butchered that. Who made furniture from human remains? Oh wow, that's kind of crazy. I knew it has probably something to do with somebody like that, but I didn't know who it was until now. It kind of reminds me of, there's a industrial Swedish metal band that actually they talk about a lot of different things that are real life event things, and a lot of their stuff is based on it, like Columbine. If you ever watch the video, the music video, it's really powerful, really crazy. I remember that shooting when I was a kid growing up in high school, but I was living in Kentucky, back in Kentucky. I moved from Colorado to Kentucky and back. And when I was there, we were talking about that, and it was kind of crazy. It's just like the Batman shooting the theater in Denver. Oh, this in Aurora, I think, is what it was, in around suburb of Denver. But the Combine shooting just reminded me of the whole thing with the song when they play the video, and it sounds kind of weird at first, but then when you see the video, then you understand what the part that she's singing a certain way is, it represents. It's it's rather interesting. And then there's a certain spot where they go thump like that, where they're on top of the table and you're underneath the table, like you're in the place of the actual victims. That's what it feels like, and it kind of makes your heart race a little bit, to a point. It's just the sound of it all, even though it's just a song, it's kind of creepy but kind of cool at the same time. And yeah, and they also done some stuff with Korn's lead singer as well, and a few other people. I'm not sure who it was. Good morning. I'm sorry. How are you doing? Uh, it's crazy, but anyway, there's just so many different things out there with like kind of the horror feel to it. And there was one other one song that they had about somebody that I forgot something to do with a churchgoer or priest or something. I don't remember exactly, but he was doing something else on the side. I think from what I remember, I think that's who it was, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But yeah, it's kind of creepy, kind of crazy. Yeah. So if you get a chance, check out Skinned. It's Skynd, I think is how you say it, Skinned. Um, that's how it's spelled. But yeah, it's an industrial Swedish metal band, and she always wears these really wild makeup and design and stuff like that on the video. So she's pretty elaborate when it comes to that. It's kind of black and white, kind of horror type things like that. Kind of reminds of Brand of Sacrifice. Well, not they don't do that Brand of Sacrifice, but they talk about, I think they're kind of close to that maybe. They're kind of not quite horror, but it's more like a Sepultura style um, songs. Where they're kind of environmentalist type stuff. Kind of like Guardians of the Earth. Their one album is that's what it's all about. It's about the people in the rainforest, protecting the rainforest and stuff like that, keep them from being completely wiped out of existence, and which is sad because once you tear that down, it won't come back unless you plant, of course, more trees. But it might take lots of time to come back. So we don't want to do that. And it's sad to see that happen. But anyway, so hopefully you guys have a wonderful night. And I thank you for joining me for another episode. I appreciate it. And any new subscribers, even those existing subscribers, and even the ones that might have left for a minute, but maybe changed their mind, I welcome you back, which I appreciate each and everybody that does. Because, like I said, without you guys, the channel wouldn't exist. Without you guys, hopefully, I will have some really metal artists on here. I would love that. That would make my day. I would love that because if I got to talk to somebody in a band about themselves, like something like what's your favorite color, what got you into metal, what got you into the instrument or whatever singing, who inspired you. Those are the kinds of questions I would love to ask, and maybe you guys could ask some questions too, and maybe they can answer it when we do. We can say Q&A at the end or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching. I appreciate all the views that I've gotten recently. That means the world to me. That's like the best birthday gift I could ever get for a 52-year-old guy now, which is phenomenal. So I would love to keep doing this because I'm passionate about it. It's awesome. But I think the interviews would be even better than just the list because to me it's more exciting, and we get to talk to them, and it's more spot. It's kind of spontaneous, so you never know what you're going to get, especially when it's live. Best thing ever, right? So you guys take care. Have a good day, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night. Come back and watch again. Take care. Bye.